Good evening. Let me assure you, only a person with undaunted optimism would embark on such a venture. What follows is history.
You are traveling. Where to, with your permission? And you stay there long, no?
How do you know?
I watch you with all the boxes in the rain. Very funny. I like you. Take me with you. Will you?
Take?
Why? Well, no man ever do something without a why. Just like that, for the hell of it.
All right. Take me as a cook. I make soups like you like soups, no?
Well,
of course you do. You're English, no?
half.
Half.
My father was Greek, but I was born in England.
Ah, same thing.
Are you a cook?
If you need one, I am.
What I meant was, what work do you do?
Listen to him. I got hands, feet, head. They do the jobs. Who the hell am I to choose?
Well, then, what was the most recent?
Oh, in a mine. I am a good miner. I have a clever nose for the metals. But I beat up the boss, and they kicked me out.
I'm getting awfully nervous about the boat. I think I'll...
If you like, I'll go ask.
No, thank you. It's all right. Well, maybe we could go together, and then you could ask for me.
Sure. Give me.
No, thank you. I can manage.
Besides, 10 o'clock.
Well, that's 3 whole hours. Yeah.
Are you in big hurry?
No.
Then it's all right. Come. Cafeții! Io Rumia! Rumi, that's rum.
Oh, I'll have some tea, if you don't mind.
Tea.
Here. What's that? Rum? No, thank you.
I don't drink rum.
Just a moment. I've never tasted rum.
This time you will. Why start with the wrong foot?
Well, Zorba, God bless.
And the devil, too.
Boss. And you, mister, what do you do?
Me? Well, I'm a writer.
Excuse me, but you look it. What do you write? Love stories.
Good morning, monsieur.
Good morning.
A letter for you.
Merci. Did you deliver the flowers?
Oui, monsieur. The last went yesterday.
Good. Then repeat the order for another 2 weeks.
Oui, monsieur.
Oh, wait. You'd better cancel the order. May I use your telephone?
Oui, monsieur.
Thank you. Hello? Give me Passy 3211, please.
Hello?
This is Monsieur Varney.
Well, I should be very angry with you, but I have no more resistance.
Good. When can I see you?
Why are you so persistent?
Very simple, because I love you, Mary.
Why, you hardly know me.
I've always known you. From the moment we met, I knew there was a deep, wordless understanding between us. It was in your eyes, Mary. They are beautiful. like the loneliness of distant stars. I often wonder, who are you in the dark?
I don't quite understand.
I can't express it in words. Only a symphony could say. Music of the spheres.
Oh, my dear, I'm not as ethereal as all that.
You're everything. Saints and a snake and gazelle all in one. I can't forget you. Every look, tone, gesture is engraved in my mind. I must see you, Mary. Immediately. Now. Good. I'll be right over.
Well, you wicked man.
Wicked.
Yes, very wicked. Sit over there.
Thank you.
Tea?
Thank you.
Milk and sugar?
No, thank you.
Now that Yvonne is gone, I'm a little afraid of you.
Afraid? Why?
You know what happened the last time we were alone?
I'm sorry. I allowed my emotions to get the better of me. I promise you it will never occur again.
Oh, don't say that.
No. I suppose that's one of the ironies of life. Doing the wrong thing at the right moment.
Or shall we say the right thing at the wrong moment?
Mary.
Oh, don't.
There. I never spilled a drop. Mary.
Oh, no, go away
my
with me.
dear. Oh, my.
No, please.
Oh, Mary.
What a wonderful day for the wedding. Whoever thought this would happen to Mary?
Incidentally, you never told me. Are you married?
Am I not a man? And is not a man stupid? I'm a man. So, I'm married. Wife, children, house, everything. The full catastrophe.
What happened?
And me, what will become of me? I cry. 4 times a widow. Oh, they laughed, monsieur. You men are so cruel. And then they were sorry for me, so they undressed me. They filled the bath with champagne, and they dropped me in. Then they sit all around. You understand that now that was all very familiar. And they drank all the champagne, all from the top to the bottom. And then they put out the light. When I waked up, I smelled so good. All the perfume, one on top of the other. But they was gone. Men are so cruel.
Don't be sad. He's coming back.
They all say that.
And you?
No, I'm single.
I guess too many books. Why do the young die? Why does anybody die? Tell me.
I don't know.
What's the use of all your damn books? If they don't tell you that, what the hell do they tell you?
They tell me about the agony of men who can't answer questions like yours.
I spit on their agony.
What book is that you're reading?
Schopenhauer.
Do you like him?
So.
Have you read his treatise on suicide?
Wouldn't interest me.
Not if the end could be simple. Say, for instance, you went to sleep, and without any thought of death, there was a sudden stoppage. Wouldn't you prefer it to this drab existence?
I wonder.
It's the approach of death that terrifies.
I suppose if the unborn knew of the approach of life, they'd be just as terrified.
Kitty?
Where am I?
You're in my room. I live 2 floors above you.
What happened?
Well, I came home this evening and smelled gas coming from your room, so I broke in the door, called a doctor, and together we brought you up here.
Why didn't you let me die?
What's your hurry? Are you in pain? That's all that matters. The rest is fantasy. Billions of years it's taken to evolve human consciousness, and you want to wipe it out. Wipe out the miracle of all existence. More important than anything in the whole universe. What can the stars do? Nothing. Can sit on their axis. And the sun, shooting flames 280,000 miles high. So what? Wasting all its natural resources. Can the sun think? Is it conscious? No, but you are. Pardon me, my mistake. Here you are, and there you go.
Yet life is wonderful.
What's wonderful about it?
Everything. Spring morning, summer's night, music, art, love.
Love?
There is such a thing.
How do you know?
I was in love once.
You mean you were physically attracted by someone?
It was more than that.
I suppose women are capable of something more.
You don't like women, do you?
On the contrary, I love women, but I don't admire them.
Why?
Women are of the earth, realistic, dominated by physical facts.
What nonsense.
Once a woman betrays a man, she despises him. In spite of his goodness and position, she will give him up for someone inferior. That someone is more, shall we say, attractive.
How little you know about women.
You'd be surprised.
That isn't love.
What is love?
Giving, sacrificing. The same thing a mother feels for her child.
Did you love that way?
Yes,
Whom?
my husband.
You're married?
I was. He died while I was in jail.
See. Tell me about him.
That's a long story. He was wounded in the war, a hopeless invalid.
An invalid?
That's why I loved him. He needed me, depended on me. He was like a child. But he was more than a child to me. He was a religion. My very breath. I'd have killed for him. No, love is something very real and deep. I know that. However...
Pardon me. I believe there's a little cork in that wine. Let me get you another glass.
Any for your thoughts?
Huh? Oh, no. Or what?
Thank you, no more.
Come, it's very late, and you're tired. Here. will tide you over for a day or so. Good luck.
Thank you. Oh, this is too much. Silly carrying on this way. I was beginning to lose faith in everything. And this happens and you want to believe all over again.
Don't believe too much. This is a ruthless world, and one must be ruthless to cope with it.
That isn't true. It's a blundering world and a very sad one. Yet a little kindness can make it beautiful.
You'd better go before your philosophy corrupts me. You can go out this way.
Good night, and thank you. Come here. Yes, you. Hello, Mr. Philanthropist.
Philanthropist?
Don't you remember me? You took me to your apartment one rainy night.
Really?
Oh, yes. And after feeding me and giving me money, you sent me on my way like a good little girl.
I must have been a fool.
Oh, shut up. Where are you going?
Nowhere.
Get in.
Thank you.
To the Café Royal. And now I shall ask you to feed me again.
I'm afraid that will be difficult.
Then I'll have the pleasure of feeding you.
Thank you.
I've always wanted to meet you again. I even went to your furniture store, but you'd moved from there.
I haven't lived there in ages.
I still think you don't remember me. But why should you?
There's every apparent reason why I should.
Don't you remember? The night we met, I was just out of jail.
The chauffeur. Of course. Your invalid husband.
Ah, you remember that.
Something I shall never forget. But you and all this, what happened?
Oh, the old story from rags to riches. After I saw you, my luck changed. I met a munition manufacturer.
Ah, that's the business I should have been in.
Yes. It'll be paying big dividends soon. It's nice seeing you again. I never realized what your kindness meant to me.
Kindness is a convenient thing at times, my dear.
However, tell me about yourself.
I much prefer to talk about something pleasant. You, for instance, and this,
And what?
this friend of yours. What sort of a chap is he?
In many ways, very kind and generous. But in business, quite ruthless.
Business is a ruthless business, my dear. Do you love him?
I thought you didn't believe in such things.
Everyone needs love.
Cindy and Scott are newlyweds. Whoopity-doo! He loves this guy right here, and he loves somebody else. You just can't win. And so it goes until the day you die. This thing they call love is gonna make you cry. I hate you. I've had the blues, the rich and the pinks. One thing's for sure. Love stinks? Love stinks! Yeah, yeah! Love stinks! 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 Love stinks! Love stinks!
I know, because a very wise old Turk told me.
A Turk? And you, a Greek, believed him?
Going to wash.
I thought the Greeks and the Turks never talked. They just fought. Don't tell me you never went to war.
I don't like that kind of stupid talk.
What's so stupid about fighting for your country?
Excuse me, boss. You talk like a teacher. You think like a teacher. How can you understand?
Of course I can.
With your head, yes. You say this is right, this is wrong. But when you talk, I watch your arms, your legs, your chest. They are dumb. They say nothing. So how can you understand?
You're just making up excuses. I don't believe you give a damn about your country.
Don't you talk to me like that. Look here, here. Nothing on the back.
I have done things for my country that would make your hair stand. I have killed, burned villages, raped women.
And why? Because they were Turks or Bulgarians. That's the rotten damn fool I was.
Now I look at a man, any man, and I say he is good, he is bad.
What do I care if he's Greek or Turk?
As I get older, I swear by the bread I eat. I even stop asking that. Good or bad, what is the difference? They all end up the same way.
Food for worms.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes. Men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate. Only the unloved hate. The unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty.
Observe him, gentlemen. This man who has brains, if he had decent instincts, could have made an honest living. And yet he preferred to rob and murder unsuspecting women. In fact, he made a business of it. I do not ask for vengeance, but for the protection of society. For this mass killer, I demand the extreme penalty, that he be put to death on the guillotine. The state rests its case.
Monsieur Verdieu, you have been found guilty. Have you anything to say before sentence is passed upon you?
Oui, monsieur, I have. However remiss the prosecutor has been in complimenting me, he at least admits that I have brains. Thank you, monsieur, I have. And for 35 years, I used them honestly. After that, nobody wanted them. So I was forced to go into business for myself. As for being a mass killer, does not the world encourage it? Is it not building weapons of destruction for the sole purpose of mass killing? Has it not blown unsuspecting women and little children to pieces, and done it very scientifically? As a mass killer, I'm an amateur by comparison. However, I do not wish to lose my temper, because very shortly I shall lose my head. Nevertheless, upon leaving this spark of earthly existence, I have this to say. I shall see you all very soon. Very soon.
Well, Verdieu. You'll have to admit, crime doesn't pay, does it?
No, sir, not in a small way.
What do you mean?
To be successful in anything, one must be well organized.
You're not leaving the world with that cynical remark.
To be idealistic at this moment would be incongruous, don't you think?
What's all this talk about good and evil?
Arbitrary forces, my good fellow. Too much of either will destroy us all.
We can never have too much good in the world.
Trouble is, we've never had enough. We don't know.
Listen, Verdieu, I've been your friend all through the trial. Now, give me a break, a story with a moral to it. You, the tragic example of a life of crime.
I don't see how anyone can be an example in these criminal times.
Well, you certainly are, robbing and murdering people.
That's business.
Well, other people don't do business that way.
That's the history of many a big business. Wars, conflict, it's all business. One murder makes a villain, millions a hero. Numbers sanctify, my good fellow.
Father Pharaoh to see you.
By all means, show him in. You'll pardon me, but my time is limited.
Well, Verdieu, is there anything else you'd like to say before I leave?
Yes. Goodbye.
All right, Father.
Father. And what can I do for you?
Nothing, my son. I want to help you if I can. I've come to ask you to make your peace with God.
I am at peace with God. My conflict is with man.
Have you no remorse for your sins?
Who knows what sin is? Born as it was from heaven, from God's fallen angel. Who knows the ultimate destiny it serves? After all, what would you be doing without sin?
Exactly what I'm doing now, my son. Trying in my humble way to help a lost soul in distress. They're coming. Let me pray for you.
As you wish. But I don't think these gentlemen want to be kept waiting.
May the Lord have mercy on your soul.
Why not? After all, it belongs to him.
Do you believe in God?
Well...
I do. But if there wasn't one, would you live any different? I wouldn't. Life could be wonderful if people would leave you alone. Do you ever daydream? I do. That's the only time I'm really happy. Dreaming. Sometimes I get so carried away I don't know what I'm doing. Aren't you like that? Do you know we're very much alike?
Are we?
Yeah, we're both absent-minded.
Do you think so?
Yes. I like absent-minded people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's news?
Europe in the race for armaments.
Anything interesting?
Yes, there's quite a write-up about Mr. and Mrs. Zanzig, the mind readers.
Ah, played with them years ago.
They say their minds are so tuned they can transfer thoughts to each other.
Nonsense.
Well, then how is it done?
I don't know, but it isn't thought transference. Because I was with him once when he sent his wife a telegram. You know, since I've been preaching and moralizing to you, it's really affected me. I'm beginning to believe it myself. Do you realize I haven't taken a drink since I've known you?
Wonderful.
I'm not going to, even on the opening night.
You don't need it. You're excruciatingly funny without it.
Oh, yes. Just a minute. Why, Terry, I didn't hear you come in.
How could you?
Allow me. My friends. Mademoiselle Teresa.
How do you do?
We're just having a little beer, Bach, and Beethoven, as it were.
Isn't it rather late for music?
Not if we play a nocturne. Proceed with the butchery. Only make it soft, sentimental, largo.
I'll stick to beer if you don't mind.
Coming up.
But what will Mrs. Allsop say?
Fine thing. After climbing up 3 flights of stairs, I've just discovered I've got nothing but an armful of empty beer bottles.
No beer?
Why, Terry, is the show out? I didn't realize it was that late.
It's very late.
Oh.
That's our cue. We better go.
Oh, you're not going. We were just about to celebrate.
But it's almost 1 o'clock.
So what? Wait a minute. Calvero gave me 3 horses, and I doubled up on them. Now, that only happens once in a lifetime. Wait a minute. Those stairs are steep. I'll lead the way. That's all right. I can handle myself. Don't you worry about me. Just lead the way. Come on. Here we are. We're going downstairs.
Good night.
I'm sorry, my dear. I'm drunk.
It's your health I'm worried about. You know what the doctor said?
Yes, I shouldn't drink. It's bad for the heart. What about the mind? Suppose that should be clear and alert so I can contemplate the future. The prospects of joining those gray-haired nymphs that sleep on the Thames embankment at night.
You'll never join them while I'm alive.
Oh, but I forgot to get you supper. I'm no good.
I'll get it later on. First, I'm going to put you to bed.
But you've had nothing to eat.
Did you take your medicine?
What medicine?
You didn't. To give you an appetite.
I've quenched my appetite.
You'll be ill again if you don't eat.
No, I much prefer to drink. A man's true character comes out when he's drunk. Me, I'm funnier. It's too bad I didn't drink at the Middlesex.
Well, I've got good news for you. Mr. Beaudelet wants to see you tomorrow morning at 9:30.
Well, who's he?
Our dance director. He wants you to play a clown in the new ballet.
I'm through clowning. Life isn't a gag anymore. I can't see the joke. From now on, I'm a retired humorist.
You'll feel differently in the morning.
No, I hate the theater. Someday I'll buy an acre of ground somewhere and raise a few cut flowers and make a living that way.
I wish I had a business like this. There's no future in housework. Maybe if I save my money, I can have a barbershop someday. But I can never save. Money slips through my fingers like that. Trouble is, I've always lived up to every penny I've earned. Why shouldn't I? You're here today and gone tomorrow, and then where are you?
Then I'll be going.
Shall we see you before you leave for camp?
I leave this morning.
Oh.
Goodbye, Terry.
No, don't.
Say you love me just a little.
Please.
I've tried to fight against it, but I can't.
Please. It's useless.
You're as helpless as I am. We love each other.
I never said I loved you.
Every look, gesture says it, in spite of yourself and all.
No, don't say that.
Terry, I know how devoted you are to Calvero, but marrying him isn't right. It isn't fair to you. You're young, just beginning life. This devotion is idealistic, your youth. But it isn't love.
No, you're wrong. I really love him.
You pity him.
It's more than pity. It's something I've lived with, grown to. It's his soul, his sweetness, his sadness. Nothing will ever separate me from that.
Good night, Terry. Goodbye.
Listen to this one. With ease, Teresa pirouetted and flexed radiant authority. She was light, quicksilver, efflorescing, a Diana spinning wisps of beauty about her. Very good. Well, you've done it. How does it feel to wake up famous? That's right. Have a good cry and enjoy it. It only happens once.
Calvero, let's marry soon. If we could only get away. That house in the country where we could have peace and a little happiness.
Happiness. It's the first time I've ever heard you mention that word.
I'm always happy with you.
Are you?
Of course. I love you.
Wasted on an old man.
Love is never wasted.
Terry, you're like a nun, shutting everything else out of your life for my sake. It isn't fair. Wasting your youth. You deserve more than this.
Calvero.
Let me go away.
What's come over you?
I can't help it. If I only had the strength to leave. But I stay on tormenting myself. It isn't right. The whole thing is false. In the few years I have left, I must have truth. Truth. That's all I have left. Truth. That's all I want. And if possible, a little dignity.
If you leave me, I'll kill myself. I hate life, the torment, the cruelty of it. I couldn't go on without you. Don't you understand? I love you.
You want to love me.
But I do.
It's Neville you love. I don't blame you.
That isn't true.
He's the composer you knew at Sardou's.
Yes. I didn't tell you because I thought it would...
Inevitable. I prophesied it, remember? There'll be dinner on a balcony overlooking the Thames.
But it isn't true.
And in the twilight, he will tell you that he loves you. And you will tell him you have always loved him.
But I don't love him. I never did. It was his music, his art. He meant a world that had been denied me.
You look so well together.
But I don't love him. I never did. must believe me. You must. Calvero.
Terry. Cyrano di Pesce. Without the nose. Let's sit down. Where? Over there. I'll get you over there. So they told you, hmm?
I've been searching all over London for you.
Same Terry.
Am I?
A little more grown up, that's all.
I don't want to grow up.
None of us do.
Don't be sad, my little Bubulina. I have heard of a new doctor in Europe. He makes miracles. You take what the hell ever he gives you, drops or powders, and you become 20 again. Maybe 25. I will get you some.
You will?
Sure.
Big bottles.
A whole barrel.
Perhaps. I don't know. But something's gone. Gone forever.
Nothing's gone. It only changes.
I still love you.
Of course you do. You always will.
Calvero, come back. You've got to come back.
I can't. I must go forward. That's progress.
Then let me go with you. I'll do everything in the world to make you happy.
That's what hurts. I know you will.
Yes, like old times. In those days you were drunk instead of sober.
I'm supposed to be funnier when I'm drunk.
Maybe, but you were killing yourself.
You know what they say? Anything for a laugh. How's the house?
Packed to the rafters. Every face card in Europe's out there. Kings, queens, jacks.
Is Neville out there?
Yeah, came up specially. And what a program. Take a look at that. Every star in the business is appearing.
It'll be something following all this talent.
Don't you worry. Tonight you're going to make them all look like a bunch of amateurs.
That's all any of us are, amateurs. We don't live long enough to be anything else.
Well, as one old amateur to another, good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Boston.
Come in.
Well, how do I look?
Funny.
I know what you're thinking. My health and all that. But I had to take a drink. There's a creamy white light that keeps turning on and off in my stomach. And that's not so good if I'm to be a success tonight.
Is it really worth it?
Not that I care for success, but I don't want another failure.
Well, whatever happens, there's always that little home in the country.
This is my home. Here.
I thought you hated the theater.
I do. I also hate the sight of blood, but it's in my veins. Come in.
Mr. Calvero on the stage, please. Good luck, sir. They're all waiting for you.
Thanks. I don't like it. Everyone's so kind to me. Makes me feel isolated.
Calvero.
Even you make me feel isolated.
Why do you say that?
What will I do without your company?
Cheer up. We'll get together again.
No. You'll go away and stay with your books.
That's how it's going to be from now on. We're going to tour the world. I've got ideas. You're doing ballet. And me comedy. And in the elegant melancholy of twilight, he will tell you that he loves you.
It doesn't matter. It's you I love.
The heart and the mind. What an enigma. I believe I'm dying, Doctor. But then I don't know. I've died so many times.
When I was 3, my nurse told me about reincarnation. And ever since I've been convinced, thrilled with anticipation, that when I leave this earth, it makes my heart feel warm to know that I'll return in some other form. But I don't want to be a tree sticking in the ground. I'd sooner be a flea. I don't want to be a flower waiting by the hour, hoping for pollens to alight on me. So when I cease to be, I want to go back, I want to go back, I want to go back to the sea. All for the life of a sardine, that is the life for me. Cavorting and spawning every morning under the deep blue sea. To have no fear for storm nor gale, oh, to chase the tail of a whale. Oh, for the life of a sardine, that is the life for me.
You're 3 minutes over.
Now my folks, the audience.
Go on, bow and finish.
But I've another act to do.
Bow, bow and finish.
What am I to do?
Just finish. There's 15 other acts to follow.